Present-day downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Historic downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Downtown Atlanta, Georgia had two slave auction blocks. One at the corner of Forsyth and Alabama Streets, and one at Kinney's Alley, which is now the entrance to Atlanta's Underground. According to the Sanborn Fire Insurance maps of 1884, almost 20 years after slavery, the slave auction blocks were still in place at Kinney's Alley, Forsyth, and Alabama Streets. The blocks have since been removed, but the spaces where the blocks were are still empty today. The railroad tracks that go past Mercedes-Benz Stadium and under the CNN building and behind the old Atlanta Journal-Constitution building and continue to the Five Points Underground area are the same railroad tracks that carry carts full of slaves, Confederate and Union soldiers. That train route has not changed in over 200 years. I used to work in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution building, and I heard those train horns all day. The train horns turned from background noise to a haunting reminder of those soldiers and bondaged people who traveled to an unwanted and unasked for destination. The ancient slave block was 1 block away from my desk. The railroad tracks today are covered by Spring Street and overpasses. You can see the railroad tracks from the Fairley parking lot, as well as the old loading dock from the lumber company, which also served as a place where some slaves were unloaded. According to the 1863-1864 Atlanta maps, Garnett Street and Whitehall Street intersected where the Garnett Marta station is now. Garnett Street used to go all the way through, and part of Whitehall has now been changed to Peachtree Street. The business district was at the corner of that intersection. The business district included slaves for sale. That intersection has been replaced with the Greyhound bus station and the Garnett Marta station. The space where the auction block used to be has been lost in history. The building in this picture is the original Garnett and Whitehall Street, where slaves were held in pens and also auctioned before being transported to Kinney's Alley or Forsyth Street in horse and buggies. General Sherman burned this and other buildings during his famous March on Atlanta. After slavery, ex-slaves wanted to be reunited with their families. They decided that Alabama and Forsyth Streets would be the official meeting place. According to the archives and the Atlanta History Center, that corner has been the meeting place since the end of slavery. That meeting location is extremely close to where the original auction block was located. Today, there is no auction block. However, Black people still stand there waiting on family members or friends as they did at the end of slavery. Kinney's Alley, Whitehall Street, Garnett Marta Station, and 5 Point Station have no markers, no signs, no post or anything stating the initial use of these areas. There is still a train that carries Black people to downtown Atlanta and stops at 5 Points, Garnett, and Kinney's Alley. It's called Marta. Black people get off this train and automatically go stand at the spot where the auction blocks used to be. Do they know why they are doing this?